Hello and welcome back to the George's Live podcast. I am your host, Travis Smith. This is episode 2 of Showcase Week. Today we have John Henry, Holthus, Kory, Montgomery, and the band Modeling on. Before we jump into that, the George's Live podcast is the official podcast of George's Majestic Lounge, one of the greatest venues in all the land, situated right downtown on Dixon Street in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You can go online to georgeslive.com to see what shows are playing there, as well as purchase tickets for those shows. And be sure to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram at George's Majestic Lounge and on Twitter at George's Majestic. Let's dive into our first guest today. It's John Henry Holthus. You might have seen him before with the Damn Neighbors and in the past with John Henry and Friends and the Scorchers. He has a new tune, and I'll let him set it up a little bit, something a little bit different than what we've seen from John Henry in the past. And we'll let him talk about it. This is John Henry Holthus on the George's Live podcast. I'm here with John Henry Holthus. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. How's your quarantine been?
Oh, it's been all right. It's actually been all right. Like, I know that seems kind of weird, but the only thing that's changed for me is not playing on the weekends. I guess most musicians are. That's a big thing that's changed. But other than that, I've been at home making music. So
yeah, that's probably what you would have been doing anyway if you weren't playing shows. So
yeah, exactly.
So you've been in multiple projects over the last couple of years. You know, from the Scorchers, John Henry and Friends to the Damn Neighbors. So you have a new song that you've released that's a little bit different than what you've worked on in the past.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them I put out, and they're on Spotify. I released them as singles, and I'm gonna kind of keep releasing singles, I think, because I've been writing a lot of music, and it's been very different stuff because I guess not playing with other people. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I guess I should preface this whole thing with in my head I've had this R&B sort of idea for a long time. Like, I've just wanted to pursue that project, and I didn't know what it meant at the time, but then this sort of popped in my head. I've been wanting to get more into recording and using DAWs and being fluid with the way that music production works. So This was a good intro and a good way for me to start learning all that. But
Has it been fun to kind of find not a different style so much in the music, but style as in the recording process?
Yeah, and I mean, it is a very different musical style for me too. Because normally I'm a string music player, and so I'm playing a lot of bluegrass and stuff. And I'm trying to find more ways to incorporate that. Like, one of the things I did with this video we're going to show for this song was to go ahead and I just played a solo. And at first I was going to like borrow some friends' equipment and play an electric solo. But I was like, well, I don't even own an electric guitar because I'm a string music player. And so I was like, I'll just play my acoustic guitar. That's what I play.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I did add some reverb and a lot of reverb.
Yeah, it's well, dude, what's the name of the song?
Obsessions is the name of the song.
Obsessions.
Yeah.
And are you going by just kind of your name on these songs?
Yeah, I am. I thought about that for a long time, actually. Am I gonna make a different name and then promote that? And I don't know. I think that I just decided. Eventually, I was like, I'll just go by my name, and I'll have to create. I'll have to get like a Facebook page eventually and all that stuff. But for right now, I'm easy to find. I'm just trying to throw this stuff out on Spotify and have it be out there and create a base for it. Just put out some music and just keep doing that and spread the word as much as I can, and by doing stuff like this.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you sharing your new I guess baby almost. It's got to be fun to have something new like this. Having a new song is fun, but having a new style, I bet
it's really awesome. Yeah, it's a completely new thing. I mean, it's so new for me that I'm still learning every time not even just every song or every project, but every time I get on, I'm using Logic Pro,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I get on to adjust stuff or add this, it excites me. It's like I'm like, wow, this is new. I learned something new. At least I learn something new every time I use it. And so that's been really cool. And then I'm learning. I'm using Reaper too a little bit, for some stuff. So, and I'm
I
sort
use
of
both of
just
those as well as Reason whenever I'm creating stuff. And I went
yes,
down the rabbit hole that you went down about 5 or 6 years ago, and
yeah.
my mind almost exploded from all the
Oh
stuff. You
man,
start hearing it everywhere. You start listening to hip hop and stuff and picking out
yeah,
parts and stuff like that just to see where you can branch it over into your
yeah.
style.
Erica's been getting on my case because because I'll trail off because like let's say we're driving and I hear some like auto shop, I hear some clanging, and
And
in my head, then it just
yeah,
automatically goes on repeat, and I'm like, oh wow, it's like cling, clang, bunk, taka, and
yeah,
it's silly, but
it's
yeah,
fun stuff though.
it is. I've been really loving it, and so that's been where, and then of course, like the first thing I did then after I figured out that some of these extra plugins can sound really nice, I went and downloaded like every free plugin I could get my hands on, and some paid for.
Oh, you're in it now. You'll be busy
Yeah, I
for a
know.
while.
I know, man. One plugin is so much to learn. But yeah, so I've been getting into that, and it led me to, I don't know, I guess the idea to do an R&B project came first. But in my mind at that point, it was more maybe super traditional, like old school soul, even some Sam Cooke.
Mhm.
And the new song I'm working on is more in that vein, like almost kind of like a Otis Redding song. Brennan came over, we tracked drums. I'm putting down some guitar. We're gonna have live bass. There's gonna be a little bit of pedal steel. Tom Anderson that lives next door, he's gonna come over and put some pedal steel on it, and maybe a few other instrument and pieces. But then I'm gonna add over the top of those drums. I sampled Brennan's drum kit,
Oh,
so
nice.
then I'm gonna add like effects to him and make a whole.
Yeah, dude, that's where the fun's at right there.
I know, like making something sound like something totally different is what I want to do there.
Well, dude, you say Obsessions is the name of the song?
Yeah, Obsessions is the name of this song.
Sweet. Well,
It's
let's go ahead and take the folks there. This is new
yeah.
music from John Henry Holthus. This is something new. This is Obsessions.
Who will I be if I become my obsessions? Who will I be if I become my obsessions? The answer justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions? There is a limit to what I can take, Sooner or later I'll break, I will break, and become my obsessions. We all become our obsessions. The lesson is to not let it be possessions. And the answer, it justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions? Who will I be if I become my obsessions? The answer justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions? Can I find what I'm looking for? Can I open that door? Can I open that door? If I become my obsessions, who will I be if I become my obsessions? The answer justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions? Who will I be now? Who will I be now? Can I be found? Can I be found? If I become my obsessions, the lesson is to not let it be possessions. And the answer, it justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions? Who will I be if I become my obsessions? The answer justifies the question. Who will I be if I become my obsessions?
That was John Henry Holthus with his new tune. John, thank you for sharing that with us. Coming up next, we have Kory Montgomery. If anybody has been around the Northwest Arkansas community for a number of years, you will have heard of Kory Montgomery, a great guitar player, singer-songwriter, and he sent in a video. He had moved to Colorado a few years ago, and he sent in a video of an all-star studded band that he has performing one of their songs at a live performance. Here is Kory Montgomery on the Georges Live podcast. I'm here on the Georges Live podcast. What's up, Kory? How are you, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for sending this song in. It's good to see you again. See an old familiar face. You know, I keep up with what you're doing online and stuff like that, and all of our mutual friends and stuff like that. So it's nice to chat with you for a second.
Yeah, man. It's good seeing you again too. It's been too long.
So you're in so you spend a lot of your time playing in Colorado, right? Is that kind of where you're based out of now?
Yeah, I've been up there for about 6-7 years now. God, yeah, 6 years.
It's crazy how fast that goes. I remember when you were leaving, and it's already been
right?
that long.
6 years.
What's the scene like there?
It's great. I mean, there's so many gigs. Everyone's gigging. You know, I play a lot up in the mountains. I still get around to like Cervantes and play in Denver. But I do that, and I've been touring a lot and playing with bands, but trying to get my band out there, which is why I'm here.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there do you guys have a website or anywhere anybody can go?
Yeah, KoryMontgomery.com.
Nice.
Simple.
Pretty simple. How'd you come up with the name? So let's talk about this song you sent. What's the name of the song?
Yeah. Black Goes With Everything. It's kind of that song, I wrote that a long time ago, but had never really like developed the idea. And so whenever I got together with these boys on this EP I just released, we came up with a new arrangement that's really quick and catchy, I think. Gets in, gets out of the point.
Yeah, let's where was this performed at?
That's at Shakedown Bar in Vail, Colorado.
Nice. All
There's
right.
some really amazing musicians. Mark Levy's on the drums. He's in Circles Around the Sun, which they just put out a new record.
Yeah, and they were here last year.
Yeah, that's right. He told me about it. He called me and said he was in my homestead.
Yeah, those guys are friends with Harold.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah. But then Scott Redner's on there. He plays with John Oates' band, and his band's Brothers Keeper. Bill McKay played with Derek Chucks. It's just an all-star band. Absolutely.
So what's the name of the song again?
Black Goes With Everything.
Black Goes With Everything by Kory Montgomery. Let's take you guys straight there.
Down the strip, well, checking the action. She was strutting her stuff on just like a tourist attraction. Oh, it was some kind of raining, and you know her hair was a mess, but she still looked good, all in a little black dress. Well, all I know is black goes with everything. So I pulled her next to her, oh, just doing lights in my How do you like your surprise? I said, oh yes ma'am, and you know I won't take it back. She said, well good, my name's Coffee, I hope you like it black. Well all I know is that goes with everything. All I know, that goes with everything. Wow, coffee, coffee. On this typical week, oh, on your typical day, you live your typical life for your very best way. But have you ever turned away from your life back in the darkness, oh, just to find yourself alright? I have. That goes with everything. All I know. That goes with everything. All I know. That goes with everything. Oh. That goes with everything.
That was Kory Montgomery on the Georges Live podcast. Coming up, we have Modeling, a great band out of Northwest Arkansas. They have a brand new song called Lodestone, and they came on the show to talk about it. It's not quite a debut. It came out a couple weeks ago, but we are showing you new music here on the Georges Live podcast. This is Modeling. All right, I am here with Modeling. What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, Travis, man, how's it going?
Good. How's your guys' quarantine been?
Not too bad. We are pretty used to the isolation. We're kind of hermits. So, how about yours?
Yeah, pretty good. Just been working on a lot of projects and wait until the music industry comes back a little bit more and doing some podcasts, working on this project, writing some music. Been writing a lot of music, so.
Nice, that's awesome.
With the original stuff, the Next Unknown, I know.
Yeah, I've been doing that band. We haven't been doing a whole lot, but I've been doing a lot of stuff kind of by myself. I'm just kind of sending back and forth. I've been working on learning new techniques of like miking my drum kit and getting better sounds and stuff like that. So I've been kind of working on that type of stuff.
Nice.
So
that's cool. I never got good at that. I tried doing that, and then I just I'll just use a drum machine.
Yeah, that too. I've got like the keyboards and I work a lot making beats and stuff like that. But I wanted to have you guys on the show and talk about this new song that you guys have released, Lodestone. What's the inspiration behind this?
That's a lot.
There's a lot of inspiration behind it.
Go
ahead.
I'll just do like a brief summary. It's based on a memory of a past relationship, a really fun date that I had one night with somebody I was in a relationship with, and it's kind of the whole, the romantic part of that song, because I'm sure you've heard it. There's sort of a juxtaposition of emotions going on there. Mm-hmm. The sort of soothing side is more reminiscent of the emotions of that night, and it was just kind of like a fun night where we were drinking, listening to music under a bridge, and just looking at the city lights. It was a really cool experience, and so that's what started the song, and then that's sort of the inspiration behind the whole thing that sort of spanned 5 years of us trying to figure out how to capture that one particular night in this song form, I guess.
Yeah, we released a version in 2015 that didn't come out the way we wanted it to. We had this idea and we couldn't execute it because we didn't know how. And that's why he's saying it took us 5 years to just kind of figure out how we want to place everything we want to in this piece of music, because it's like a song and it's also kind of like a film score, and we didn't know how to combine the two to where it worked for us and it made us happy. But yeah, that's kind of where it started.
Yeah,
it's a very interesting song. It's like you're saying, it is like a film score. I think I've found a lot of your guys' music is like that. What is that kind of an influence? Were you guys raised watching a lot of film and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we didn't even know that that was going to be such a huge influence on us musically. But we watched so many movies. It was just our dad feeding us all these really cool movies when we were too young to watch them. I guess we started watching movies before we started playing music. And then, we're doing music as a career now, and it's totally like seeping into our sound without us even like really knowing it. I mean, we're aware now, but yeah, it's a huge part of what we're trying to do with this band.
Nice. So let's go ahead and go to this song. It's just Lodestone by Modeling.
Like a dying love needs a little bit of despair, but when you needed me there, I was always somewhere else. Need you like a nightmare, like somebody nobody will miss. I'll just pretend to exist. When you needed me there, I turned into someone else. I need you like a nightmare.
That was Modeling. Thank you for sharing that new tune, Lodestone, with us. And I would like to thank John Henry Holthus as well as Kory Montgomery for coming on the show. Thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 2 of Showcase Week on the Georges Live podcast. If you go online to georgeslive.com, there you'll find a full calendar of shows as well as purchase a place where you can purchase tickets for those shows. And be sure to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram at Georgesmajesticlounge and on Twitter at Georgesmajestic. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Catch us on the 3rd episode of Showcase Week here on the Georges Live podcast. I'm your host, Travis Smith, and we'll see you guys next time.